If you live in the part of the world with electricity and internet, chances are you probably know at least 6 Katy Perry songs. Like her or not, the fact is that Katy is a global pop phenomenon who managed to dominate the charts for almost a decade. She's the only person in history to have 5 #1 singles on the same album, since Michael Jackson's Bad. So far, she has managed to top Billboard's charts 9 times, often for multiple weeks in a row. Even though she is not considered the album artist, her first 3 albums, One of the Boys, Teenage Dream, and Prism, are among the best-selling albums of this millennium. However, after her Super Bowl performance in 2015, something weird happened. She did something that not many Super Bowl performers did. She just didn't use that hype to her advantage. She didn't release a new album, no new singles, nothing, which was weird considering that Prism was over 2 years old at that time and her fans were thirsty for new music. Hell, I even think she would have charted regardless of what she put out there based on hype alone. However, she decided to go idle for a whole year before dropping a new single called Chained to the Rhythm, which was a moderate hit in the US and I would say a pretty big hit here in Europe. However, many of her fans were underwhelmed by the chart performance of this song, as Katy has set really high standards when it comes to commercial success. Boy, they had no idea. Katy's next promo song Bon Appetit did horrible on the charts. It peaked at number 59 and pretty much went nowhere from there on, which was really weird considering that, by my opinion, it was Katy's best music video yet, and the song just sounded like a hit in this urban trap rap dominated period of pop music. Her next official single, the Eurohouse-inspired Swish Swish featuring Renta rapper Nicki Minaj, did nothing on the charts in the US as well. So what the hell happened? How did Katy go from being basically immune to flopping to being a complete chart poison? Well, there are many guesses, but the discussion about it always somehow goes to her appearance, more specifically her hair. Her stans are certain that the general public stopped caring about her once she chopped off her hair and dyed it blonde. They say that people just equate Katy Perry with long black hair. This could be true, however, I'm very skeptical. Take a look at Halsey, for example. She's blonde, short-haired as well, and she managed to do pretty well commercially. She even had a #1 song recently, and she seems to do pretty well touring-wise. Also, Miley's popularity skyrocketed when she changed from a long-hair brunette to a short-hair blonde. But that might be that Disney star gone wild controversy, which just can't work for Katy as she has always been sexual in her songs. Second guess as to why her career has went downhill is because of her involvement in the latest US elections, more specifically being vocal about Hillary Clinton's run for president and performing at her campaigns. This basically made half of the America distance from herself at best or completely boycott her at worst. That could also be a flawed guess, as many other celebrities, including Beyoncé and Lady Gaga, were also vocal supporters of Hillary Clinton, and that didn't make their next albums flop. Well, not counting Beyoncé and Jay-Z's joint album, which performed really bad, but that's the topic for another video. And the third guess might be the most possible one, and that is that the music industry has just changed. Pop music just isn't as poppy as Katy's music is. The entire industry has shifted from bubblegum pop to urban trap, and that just doesn't suit Katy's songwriting and vocals. Some artists have adjusted pretty well, like Ariana Grande, while some artists stay stagnant with their sound. Whatever the reason might be, I'm very proud of Katy for deciding to evolve as an artist, even with the risk of commercially underperforming, rather than using the same sound over and over again. Also, kudos to her for speaking out about her political beliefs while many artists way smaller than her are afraid to do so. She has really gained my respect during the Witness era because she has stayed consistent with her look regardless of what other people thought of her. I even remember laughing when her stans were celebrating her hair growing a few inches before she cut it again, and they had a mental breakdown every single time. Give it up, Katy can look however she wants or feels. Stans shouldn't feel like Katy has an obligation to them for any reasons. She's a human being after all and has a right to express herself however she wants. So to sum it up, is Katy Perry over? I doubt it. Even after her most recent collaboration with Zedd underperformed, you can still tell she's hungry for success, as she is known to be working with a rockabye and Shape of You producers for her next album. I still believe in Katy, and without a doubt, whatever she brings to the table is gonna be an interesting addition to her discography. So what do you think? Is Katy gonna still rise? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching.